elegant new look. Activia. It starts inside.
I don't know what your name is, but I like it. I don't know what you came to do.
You are looking at La La Land, the movie musical sweeping the Golden Globes last night. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling both taking home awards. We'll have a lot more behind the scenes with them. Plus, there were some problems Jimmy Fallon had with his teleprompter.
Yeah, had to go to break after all
I thought it was a joke at first. I thought it was part of the shtick, and I'm like, oh, no, he actually really doesn't have a teleprompter right now.
How excited were you about your Ryan?
I was so excited. I just knew he was going to win, Robin.
He's excited that you're excited.
I'm sure he is.
Also, right now, Donald Trump firing back at Meryl Streep after her Golden Globe speech last night. The actress called out the president-elect for imitating a disabled reporter. Trump says he didn't do it, unleashed a Twitter storm just moments ago, calling the 8-time Golden Globe winner overrated and a Hillary flunky. And the West is bracing for another storm after torrential downpours and mudslides in California led to evacuations overnight. Rivers like this one in Reno, let's see it. That's in Nevada. They are rising this morning.
All right, and then who is ready for some football? We are just hours away from the national championship, a rematch between Clemson and Alabama. And Jesse is at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa with a preview. And Jesse also, we should mention, a former Giant. He's going to talk about that controversy on a boat coming up. Justin Bieber was there that weekend too. You know, we'll see what they had to say.
It was so many days ahead of time.
Unfortunate timing.
Yeah, unfortunate. But you knew once they had that loss and they got spanked, that this was going to come up.
That's right. Yeah. So we have a lot coming up, but we're going to begin with those new details about the shooter caught on camera attacking U.S. consulate official in Mexico. You see the gunman stalking his victim before opening fire. The shooter is in custody this morning. ABC's Matt Gutman is on the scene in Guadalajara, Mexico. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, George. This is the spot in that video where you see that gunman open fire on that U.S. consulate official. He then goes scampering off this way towards the mall. He doesn't get far. Mexican special forces catch up with him on Sunday. And now this stunning twist. We learn that that suspected hitman is a fellow American. This morning, ABC News has learned the alleged triggerman behind this attempted hit on that consular official in Mexico is an American. Mexican officials saying the man you see first stalking, then coolly shooting State Department official Christopher Ashcroft is American Zia Zafar. The 31-year-old Ashcroft survived that assassination attempt on Friday, and for the next 48 hours, Mexican and American authorities launched a massive manhunt for the mystery man. Mexican special forces cornering the suspect Sunday, taking him into custody. That surveillance video showing the shooter in those scrubs, big sunglasses, and that bulky wig. You see him walking from behind that truck. There's something in his right pants pocket, his hand holding it close. The next video shows a parking kiosk. Ashcroft, leaving the gym, pays at the kiosk, apparently completely unaware as he turns to walk out that his assailant is just feet behind him. And then authorities say you see Zafar at the parking garage exit, waiting for Ashcroft's car. When it pulls up, he reaches into that pocket. Investigators say pulls out a pistol and fires only once, then flees. The bullet hitting Ashcroft in the shoulder. The shooter seemed to have planned for so much. That disguise, learning Ashcroft's exact movements, but it seemed he failed to plan for one thing: the surveillance cameras right at the scene of the crime. According to the Mexican Attorney General's office, Ashcroft is now in stable condition and under protection at a local hospital.
These typically fall into two categories, obviously, that the shooter was upset with some official aspect of Mr. Ashcroft's job, or it goes into the personal realm.
All indications are this is not a terrorist attack. Still, U.S. officials here told to watch and limit their movement. As for Zia Zafar, he's already back in Mexico City being processed for deportation to the U.S., where he could face charges for this shooting. George, Robin.
A lot of answers to come on that one.
Absolutely. We're going to move on now to that news that came out overnight, a major arrest in the Kim Kardashian robbery case. 16 people were taken into custody in Paris overnight. ABC's Lama Hassan has more. She joins us this morning from London. Good morning, Lama.
Yeah, and good morning to you, Robin. Well, this could be a major break in the case. Just before dawn this morning, French police confirming they've now arrested 16 people. All are connected to the robbery. Some of them are being described as high-level gangsters already known to police. Overnight, French media are reporting early morning raids in Paris. Authorities arresting 16 people in connection with the jewelry heist of Kim Kardashian. This as Kardashian is finally breaking her silence about the robbery in a newly released trailer for the upcoming season of her e-reality show, describing the harrowing ordeal to her sisters.
They're gonna shoot me in the back. There's no way out. It makes me so upset to think about it.
The armed robbers allegedly snatched up to $10 million worth of jewelry, including this $4.5 million ring from her husband, Kanye West, leaving the reality star bound and gagged in her Paris apartment during Fashion Week last October. In this security footage obtained by French news outlet M6 Info, you can see the three robbers pass on bikes the night of the heist. A few minutes later, two others on foot. Then watch all five flee the scene, the last person holding what's believed to be a bag.
On our way to Givenchy.
In the hours leading up to the robbery, the social media mogul was sharing her entire Fashion Week experience.
Show is about to start.
Kim even posting this Snapchat from the luxurious French apartment just hours before the alleged heist. The exclusive space featured in this 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians turned into a crime scene. Just last week, the mom of two returned to social media for the first time since the incident, sharing pictures and home movies of her family. And as for those 16 arrested, what we know is French police can detain them for 96 hours before either charging them or releasing them if there isn't enough evidence. What we don't know is if any of those jewels have been recovered yet. Guys, back to you.
We'll see if the charges come. Okay, thanks, Lama. Thanks very much. Coming up on our big board, big development in the Volkswagen scandal. The FBI has arrested a top executive accused of cheating car owners. And the New York Giants suffer a blowout loss to the Packers. Some say that Miami boat trip right there is to blame. We're back in 2 minutes.
Are you getting this?
These numbers are off the charts.
Sir,
what's the status?
there's a meteor hurtling towards Earth.
How long till impact?
Less than a minute. What do you want to do, sir?
Listen carefully. If we all switch to Geico, we could save 15% or more on car insurance.
I like the sound of that.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Manolo, you're so cold. Come in. What's wrong?
It's dry.
Your scalp might get dry in the winter too. Try Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Care. It nourishes the scalp and keeps you up to 100% flake-free. Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Care.
My bladder wake me up from my sweet dreams, thanks to Tenor Not Tonight. Only Tenor overnight underwear with its secure barrier system gives you triple protection from leaks, odor, and moisture. Tenor lets you be you.
It's go time at Dunkin' with 2 wake-up wraps for $3. Enjoy 2 freshly made oven-toasted wraps with bacon, sausage, or ham, and keep on all day. America runs on Dunkin'.
Diamonds, the jewelry exchange, has 2-carat solitaires for $19.90, certified 2-carat for $59.90, 3-carat rings for $69.90, and most sizes and grades of GIA diamonds, all with a low price guarantee. Buy direct. The Jewelry Exchange, Bethesda.
And we're back now with our big board. Dan Abrams here at the table for our first story. It's more trouble for Volkswagen. FBI has arrested a top executive on conspiracy charges. The company is accused of selling cars to consumers that are known to pollute. Dan, this man due to be arraigned in court today. This is a serious move.
Yeah, and let's take a step back here. We're talking about 11 million cars that were fitted with these devices that allowed them to fool emissions tests, right? So the cars would go in for an emissions test, make it seem like there are no problems. The minute that it leaves the emissions test, it's allegedly polluting into the air. And the question was, who knew what, right? Because initially, the government was given a lot of false explanations, technical explanations for why this might be happening. Now Volkswagen is admitting that there were 11 million cars that were fitted with this. Now we're seeing, again, not a civil, but a criminal arrest here of this person they believe defrauded the United States.
Let's talk about the civil, because as you said, there are 11 million people who own this car. Where do they stand?
That's right. So there one of three things can happen. Either they can go get it fixed, or if it can't be fixed, they can get the price of their car paid back to them. And the third thing, though, is some people could say, you know what, I don't want either of those. I'm going to sue. And in England, we're already seeing now that it seems a lawsuit's going to be filed for thousands of dollars per person for the car. So there are options for people who had these cars. It seems that related to Volkswagen, Audi, and some Porsches.
And there's likely to be a multi-billion-dollar settlement with the government coming up this week. But this criminal investigation, these criminal charges are what's new here.
And it makes it totally different from some of the other cases we've heard about, right? You hear about these big recalls and these huge fines, and people say, well, you know, but there was no criminal. That's what makes this different, because in this case, you're not talking about the allegation that there was a problem that was then covered up. Here you're talking about intentional conduct to prevent someone from finding something. So I think that's why the government believes this case is different than the others we've talked about.
New territory here.
Absolutely.
All right, Dan, thank you. Next up, Alabama Clemson facing off tonight in that epic championship rematch. The Tigers looking to dethrone the Crimson Tide after last year's, that nail-biting loss. Jesse, he's in Tampa where the teams will do battle. Oh, you enjoy being in Tampa. It's a little bit colder here in New York. But Jesse, before we talk about the big rematch tonight, let's talk about yesterday, your Giants, and you knew once they got shellacked, as they did, that people were going to bring up the boat trip that was a week ago on their off day. Is there any connection to the two? Come on.
I think there is a connection. I don't think there's any physical connection. To your point earlier, the boat party happened a week before the game, but I do think there was a little bit of a mental hangover from that because they all created a massive distraction. I think as pro athletes, if you're going to post a party on social media, you open yourself up to a lot of criticism, and if you play poorly, you're going to have to answer for that. You're going to get questioned for it. Odell Beckham Jr. dropped a touchdown pass early in the game. So did Sterling Shepard on the very next play, and it snowballed from there. The Giants didn't just lose because of how the wide receivers played. They gave up 38 points on defense. They gave up a Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
I know.
But at the end of the day, it didn't really help. And there were reports that Odell Beckham Jr. punched a hole in the wall outside of the press conference room. So I think that just shows you there was a little bit of a mental and maybe an emotional hangover.
It's dangerous for a receiver, too, hitting the wall with his fist. But, Jess, let's talk about the game tonight. A little bit of a controversy for Alabama this week, coaching controversy. Tell us what happened and what difference it might make.
George, I've never seen this before. A head coach making a change at offensive coordinator 1 week before the big game. So Lane Kiffin out, Steve Sarkisian in for Alabama calling plays. And the big question, how's this going to affect the offense for Alabama? I think Nick Saban thought there was too much distraction going on. Lane Kiffin's gone to become the new head coach at Florida Atlantic University. They didn't play great on offense against Washington in the semifinal. Steve Sarkisian is one of the most respected offensive minds in all of college football. He knows the playbook, he knows the players, but he hasn't called plays for them yet this year. I think this is one of the most intriguing aspects of tonight's game.
Intriguing is one word. Okay, let's talk more about the big game. And it is a big game because it says so over your shoulder on the Jumbotron there. So tell us who we should watch for on both sides of the ball.
Well, I think for Clemson, it starts with quarterback Deshaun Watson. He's one of the best mobile quarterbacks in the country, finished runner-up for the Heisman. He's going to try to prove that he's the best player here tonight. He's going to be confident, too, because he played so well against Alabama last year in the national title game. What he didn't have, though, was his best wide receiver, Mike Williams, a 6'3", 225 pounds. He's playing tonight. He's a matchup nightmare outside. They're going to try to take advantage of all the man coverage that Alabama on defense likes to throw. And for the Crimson Tide, what about true freshman quarterback Jalen Hurts, 18 years old? The SEC Offensive Player of the Year. He's shown phenomenal poise all season, but tonight, playing in the biggest stage of his life, how does he handle the pressure? It's going to be fun to watch.
And Jesse, you have a couple of friends with you? Got a lot riding on tonight's game?
I do, guys. Yeah, come on in. I got Big Al here from Tuscaloosa. I got the Tiger from Clemson. These guys met up a year ago. They liked each other so much, they decided to come back and do it again and play for the National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper.
Oh, so are you going to make your selection? You usually do that, Jesse. Are you going to make a pick?
Yeah. Robin, you're really good at making me pick always in front of the mascot, so no pressure here. Big Al, I love you. I picked you last year. This year I'm going, though, with the Tiger. I think Deshaun Watson, a quarterback, and their defense is going to be a difference. First national championship for Clemson since 1981. I'm sorry, please do not sit on me. I am sorry.
Way to go out on a limb there, Jesse. Looking good. You can see Clemson and Alabama. You can see for yourself the battle for the national title tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And coming up here in 2 minutes, Jimmy Fallon's Mariah Carey moment at the Golden Globes.
Welcome to the Golden Globes. Already the teleprompter's down, so this is a great way to start the show.
Did you know 2 areas of your brain can make it hard to lose weight? Contrave is an FDA-approved weight loss medicine that may help adults who are overweight or struggle with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Contrave is believed to work on 2 areas of the brain, your hunger center.
I'm so hungry.
To reduce hunger and your reward system.
Ice cream. French fries.
To help control cravings. Across 3 long-term studies, Contrave patients lost approximately 2 to 4 times more weight than with diet and exercise alone. Contrave is not for everyone. One ingredient in Contrave may increase suicidal thoughts or actions in some children, teens, and young adults within the first few months. Other serious side effects include seizures, increase in blood pressure or heart rate, liver damage, manic episodes, glaucoma, and allergic reactions. Do not take with opioids. Reduce hunger, help control cravings. Contrave, the #1 prescribed weight loss brand. Go to Contrave.com.
We're bankers and police officers, and if you fight us, it's gonna rain bloody hell.
Do you think that we got where we are by letting some inbreds muscle us?
You would've thought I was whipping and pushing and selling this dope. The way that they tell me to get out of town and they ain't for the throat.
What is your cause?
No man should rule another man's life.
Live by Night, rated R. 7 p.m. Thursday, everywhere Friday.
Yeah, so Mom's got this cold. Hashtag stuffy nose, hashtag no sleep. I got it. Hashtag mouth breather.
Yep, we've got a mouth breather. Well, just put on a Breathe Right strip and pow! It instantly opens your nose up to 38% more than cold medicine alone. So you can breathe and sleep. Shut your mouth and say goodnight, mouth breathers. Breathe Right.
We're back now with more from the Golden Globes. From a major bromance to that teleprompter fail, let's go back to Lara in LA with the moments that have everyone talking this morning. Hey, Lara.
Hi, Aim. So one of the most buzzed about moments at the Globes, something only the most keen-eyed viewers would pick up on, involving 3 of the biggest heartthrobs in Hollywood.
It was the most buzzed about moment this morning, something only the most keen-eyed viewers picked up on, involving 3 of the biggest heartthrobs in Hollywood.
Ryan Gosling.
It started out as a typical winner's walk to the podium, but as Ryan Gosling journeyed up to the stage to accept his Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy, 2 of his fellow nominees had an unusual reaction. In the far left corner of the screen, you can see Ryan Reynolds, nominated for Deadpool, sharing a passionate kiss with Andrew Garfield, nominated for Hacksaw Ridge. The kiss lasts only a few moments, but long enough for Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, to burst into laughter. Those sitting nearby seem to be applauding louder for the pair than they are for Gosling, and social media went wild. Brandon Garza tweeted, "I just saw Ryan Reynolds and Andrew Garfield kiss on the Golden Globes. Where do I go in life from here?" At Amelia Borger tweeted, "Can I die happy now?" And new bromances were brewing throughout the Beverly Hilton. First-time host Jimmy Fallon showed off with buddy Justin Timberlake. But a few moments later, Fallon almost had a Mariah Carey moment.
Already the teleprompter's down, so this is a great way to start the show.
But keeping his composure, the comedian pro got the last laugh.
I just got off the phone with Mariah Carey, and she thinks that Dick Clark Productions sabotaged my monologue. And we have to talk, we have to discuss.
A lot of funny moments from the show, and we'll have more backstage stuff coming up. And Robin, I know you have a favorite moment you want to share involving La La Land.
Oh, there's so many moments last night, but this one, did you see when Emma Stone, when her director won, and she went in for the kiss, and he wasn't going to kiss her, but his date, and Emma was so cute because she was like, "Oh, this is really awkward." Because how many times have we been there?
Biden moment.
I know. We've all been there.
Well, he had his priorities. was.
She did. She handled it well. But overall, what was the feeling there behind the scenes, Lara, all night?
Everyone said it was a very warm, loving, just a really happy vibe last night from start to finish. I think Jimmy Fallon started the show that way, and people were very heartfelt. You heard, obviously, Meryl Streep, Emma Stone. A lot of people had a lot to say, and it was like a family affair. It was nice. It was really nice.
And Larry, I thought that moment with Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig was so fun.
Oh, yeah. So many good ones, and we've got more coming up, so don't go anywhere.
We were laughing, my daughter and I were watching that, and I couldn't stop laughing.
There was a second where you were...
But the awkwardness made it extra funny, right?
And then at the very end, the last award of the night, going to Moonlight. That's the only thing that they won, but it was a big one. And when Barry Jenkins, that was his baby. Yep. This is something he's worked on all these years, so it was a good night.
I'm watching that tonight, by the way. I'm really excited.
Gotcha. It's very artistic. We've got a lot more from the Golden Globes coming up. Lara, you know she's backstage. Got Ryan Gosling, Amy.
Very jealous, Lara.
Yeah, and more. Plus, who was the biggest winner on the red carpet? And Bachelor Nation, get ready. We've got a sneak peek of tonight's first group date. And there's already, I know this is hard to believe, but there's already a lot of drama.
No.
Kid you not?
I don't want to lie down. I refuse to lie down.
Why suffer? Stand up to chronic migraine with Botox. Botox is the only treatment for chronic migraine shown to actually prevent headaches and migraines before they even start. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. It's injected by a doctor once every 12 weeks and is covered by most insurance.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't take Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Don't take your chronic migraine lying down. Stand up.
Prevent headaches and migraines. Talk to a headache specialist today.
You don't let anything keep you sidelined. That's why you drink Ensure with 9 grams of protein and 26 vitamins and minerals. For the strength and energy to get back to doing what you love. Ensure, always be you.
I'll see you at the marathon.
Love you. They say 500,000 people watch the Boston Marathon.
Baby. We got multiple explosions. We need help here. Clock is ticking. The world is watching.
Every inch of this city is getting searched. We're shutting it down.
Are there more bombs?
I have rights.
No.
Patriots Day, rated R, everywhere this Friday.
For millions of baby boomers, there's a serious virus out there that's been almost forgotten. It's hepatitis C. 1 in 30 boomers has hep C, yet most don't even know it, because it can hide in your body for years without symptoms, and it's not tested for in routine blood work. The CDC recommends all baby boomers get tested. If you have hep C, it can be cured. For us, it's time to get tested. Ask your healthcare provider for the simple blood test. It's the only way to know for sure.
That was invigorating. You're probably wondering why I just carved a giant wooden tiger. Well, the answer is that a real one would maul me. I've crafted Dr. Whiskers here as a visual aid to show you that should you visit the lot, CarMax associates will not pounce like tigers, because people don't like that. Come here to buy a car, Dr. Whiskers won't pounce. Nobody will.
Weight Watchers! Nobody would believe you're eating bacon.
Pizza.
I have chips every day.
You can have whatever you want. It's just making smart choices about eating.
Bring on the food! We're having it all.
I feel good about myself. Yeah. Best decision of my life.
It always feels good when somebody says you look good.
Aren't we glad we did it?
Yes. We're doing it!
In the first 2 months, members have lost 15% more weight than on our prior program. Join for free now and lose 10 pounds on us.
Back here on Good Morning America, our audience is full of Alabama and Clemson fans. They're going to duke it out. You're going to want to see this. It's all coming up soon on GMA. This segment brought to you by Weight Watchers. Your local news and weather is next. Oh, you guys got quiet there.
Some of us walk in place. Some of us walk to take us places. And some of us walk to become warriors. Powering more research, more screenings, more access to care, more survivors. Blisters are temporary. Fierce is forever. Avon 39, the walk to end breast cancer. Warriors wanted. Register today at avon39.org.
97.1 Wash FM. Washington's variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Start your workday commercial-free at 8 o'clock. 97.1 Wash FM.
For the past 60 years, Sleepy's has helped millions of people say goodnight and sleep great. And now, Sleepy's is saying goodnight too, and waking up as Mattress Firm, America's #1 choice for sleep.
Good Morning America is brought to you by CarMax. Drive what's possible.
Tonight, it's only Nick's second week as The Bachelor, but one little secret
I met Nick at Jaden Tanner's wedding.
could derail
I'd question her intentions and her motives.
his whole journey.
She told me that you guys hooked up and had sex.
New Bachelor, ABC tonight.
Our stories, our songs. Taking the stage Thursday on ABC.
From ABC 7 News, this is a Good Morning Washington update.
Good morning, Washington. I'm Melanie Hastings. Here's a check of your top stories. Confirmation hearings begin this week for Donald Trump's cabinet picks, and already controversy. Democrats are accusing Republicans of rushing the process because several of Trump's cabinet nominees have not yet completed the standard ethics review process. There are 2 confirmation hearings tomorrow and 5 more on Wednesday. And we're just 11 days now away from President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration. Later this morning, the FBI is laying out its plans for the tactical response teams. And that news conference is taking place at 10 this morning. ABC 7 will have a crew there and will update you on any safety information. Frigid air hanging around for our Monday. Here's Veronica Johnson.
Dress properly on this Monday. Like yesterday, our temperatures will be under freezing with wind chill values in the single digits, then teens during the afternoon. At least we're going to get a little bit of sunshine. Clouds roll in late, and there is the possibility for early tomorrow morning to see some isolated freezing rain well north and west of D.C., but a better chance on Wednesday between 4 and 8 a.m. Take a look at midweek, though. We're going to see highs getting into the low to mid-60s on Thursday, then another cold weekend headed our way.
Veronica, checking your ride on Interstate 66 at this hour. It is problematic with a collision as you approach the Fairfax County Parkway. We are looking at a couple of lanes that are closed right there at the merge. So we've got delays coming in on both sides. That is eastbound 66 on your approach to the Fairfax County Parkway. No issues to report on southbound I-270, but we are dealing with crash cleanup, a bus fire on West Diamond Avenue on your approach to I-270. Also Dulles Toll Road with a fuel spill, lanes blocked on your approach to Virginia 7. Melanie?
Thank you, Angela. And you can get more news, traffic, and weather updates right now on Good Morning Washington over on News Channel 8. We're back in 30 minutes. We'll have another local news update for you. And now we'll send it back to Good Morning America. Hope you have a great day.
Good Morning Washington, where Good Morning start.
Everything Nature's Promise is so wholesome. And it doesn't take the whole paycheck.
Giant's exclusive Nature's Promise. Eat well for less. My Giant. Now save this week on select Nature's Promise natural pasta 10 for $10.
There's no greater feeling than getting out early in the morning and catching some me time in my Civic. I love to turn my music all the way up and feel the wind in my hair. Bluetooth, rear view camera. I get all of this at a price I can afford. Plus, it's a Honda, so you know it's safe. I'm good to go.